All right, welcome to the stream. Just gonna get a few things situated. Got some tunes going. Chilling out in my sushi bar world right now. Got a few things to go over today. It's going to be a hot topic show. I think the audio levels sound good. Well, there goes my sushi. A lot of cool news today. Let's see like a brief summary of the topics we got. We're going to be going over Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal. We're going to be going over YouTube is going all in on AI. We got don't throw out those used coffee grounds, use them for 3D printing. And also we're going to be covering the Unity drama and the Terraria devs, donating money to a different open source engine. We're going to be talking about Fallout 76 and the new expansion. I mean, if we get to all these things, you know, this is my plan. We're going to be getting to the Assassin's Creed VR game. Looks cool. Final Fantasy 14 is getting a tabletop RPG. And some cool Titanfall news, maybe. Got me excited. I'm a huge Titanfall fan. Division 3 announced. Alright, we got a lot of stuff, so let's get started. First thing we are going to start talking about is the Microsoft Activision deal. That deal... Let me get some different music going and I'll start talking. How about just some chill, not too loud music? About right there. Should be alright, let me see. Is the music too loud? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's get started with the first subject. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal gets primarily let me start over with that. Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal gets preliminary approval from UK regulator. So this is the huge deal that Microsoft has been trying to make possible. So like this would be awesome if you really think about it, because oh, my chat. Oh, it's fine. Okay. But Activision does some shady crap, you know? And not to say that Microsoft doesn't, but I really just think it would be better off in Microsoft's hands talking about World of Warcraft, all of the Activision licenses, man. It says the UK has given preliminary approval to proceed with the $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal. The CMA, the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, had originally blocked the acquisition over cloud gaming concerns, but Microsoft recently restructured the deal to transfer cloud gaming rights for current and new Activision Blizzard games to Ubisoft. Oh, that's weird. The CMA considers that the reconstructed deal makes important changes that substantially address the concerns it sets out in relation to the original transaction earlier this year. The CMA said in a post release, the CMA said this in a press release, and this opens the door to the deal being cleared. Weird. So what was it? Microsoft recently restructured the deal to transfer cloud gaming rights? So weird. I mean, you know, I think the whole thing is against like monopolization and stuff like that, and that's why it's taken so long. They say, you know, this is just a preliminary decision ahead of a final approval. They have opened a consultation to gain third-party feedback on Microsoft's proposed remedies until October 6th. A final decision is expected before the extended October 18th deadline. Ooh, that's cool. Microsoft is understandably optimistic about this decision. We presented solutions that we believe fully address the CMA's remaining concerns related to cloud gaming streaming, and we will continue to work toward earning approval to close prior to October 18th, said Microsoft. Activision Blizzard is also pleased with the response. They said this is a significant milestone for the merger and a testament to our solutions-oriented work with regulators, said Activision Blizzard. Loser dude CEO guy. He said some crap. But yeah, this is interesting, man. I think that would be awesome. You think about what World of Warcraft could be and all those other titles. It's cool to think about. All right, I think that covers that subject. Let's move on to the next. The next thing we're going to be going over is YouTube is going all in on AI. Okay, check this out. The company announced a slew of AI-powered tools, including backgrounds, video topic suggestions, and its creator event. Huh. So, check out what these AI tools are. A new feature called Dream Screen. It will create AI-generated videos and photos that creators can place in the background of their YouTube shorts. Weird. Initially, creators will be able to type in prompts to generate backgrounds. Eventually, YouTube says creators will be able to remix and edit their existing content using AI tools. Whoa, remix and edit existing content. That's interesting. The company demonstrated Dream Scream generating backgrounds in seconds based on short prompts. Whoa, pretty cool. A new AI feature in the YouTube Studio will generate topic ideas and outlines for potential videos. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen a little bit something maybe like that, I don't know. Yeah, the AI suggestions will be personalized to the individual creator, which is always helpful. It says AI-powered music recommendation systems will take a written description of a creator's video and suggest audio to use. This is big, man. One of the most annoying things on YouTube is the music copyright. And I'm happy that YouTube is taking this stance for sure. But I think they're going to get some blowback from the crazy anti-AI people, aka the anti-car people who were, when like in the horse and buggy days and when cars were invented. It's like you're not going to defeat this like crazy wave of everything, man. So it says another one they announced is YouTube announced an AI dubbing feature that will allow creators to dub their videos into other languages. This is super cool. YouTube brought over the Aloud team from its Area 120 incubator earlier this year to help make the feature. That is cool, man. That's a powerful tool. So Google has been pouring money into its generative AI systems. YouTube has slowly introduced AI-powered tools, including video summaries. So yeah, this will be better for everybody, I think. I really think this will help smaller creators too, which is super exciting. Sweet. So that's kind of rounds that up. AI is amazing for that, dude. Like dubbing videos in other languages automatically, that's powerful, dude. Especially if you can if it like emulates your voice or like, I don't know how it works, but man. Okay, next subject we're going to be talking about. This interests me because I'm into 3D printing. And I was making some coffee this morning, and this really spoke to me. So this says, don't throw out those used coffee grounds. Use them for 3D printing instead. What? Most coffee lovers typically dump the grounds. Yeah, that's for sure. But if you're looking for a truly novel application for coffee grounds, consider using them as a sustainable material for 3D printing, as suggested by a recent paper published in the DIS 23 Designing Interactive Systems Conference. You can make a lot of things with coffee grounds, said the co-author, Michael Rivera of the University of Colorado. And so he says, and when you don't want it anymore, you can throw it back into a coffee grinder and use the grounds to print again. Wait. So you can make these things, be like, I'm done with it, or it's breaking, break it down again and print something else? Holy dude. That's mind-blowing. Dude, I gotta look into that. That's sweet. I mean, everything's gonna smell like coffee, but that's awesome. So it says, when you do the extraction for brewing a drink of coffee, you're only drinking about 20% of what's in that bean, said Rivera. The spent coffee grounds are the other 8% of the material that's there. Whoa, dude, look, you can see the layers, dude, just printing with coffee, dude. That's like approaching edible food territory. Oh, there's a video. Sweet. Let's check out the video. They said, if there's anything else they say before the video. According to Riviera, the coffee ground 3D printing material could also be used to make biodegradable captive touch sensors. Even though the material is not conductive on its own, it can be combined with activated charcoal powder derived from coconut shells, either as a surface coating or mixed directly into the coffee ground material. What? Okay, let's check out the video. Pause the tunes.
When you're getting a drink made from coffee, when you do the extraction for brewing a drink, you're only drinking about 20% of what's in that bean. The spent coffee grounds are about the other 80% of the material that's there. And sort of just like trying to think how I can use those materials in a different way. I was doing a lot of work in 3D printing.
Dude, so like this type of brainstorming has got to be like awesome because it just, you're always drinking coffee and you're smelling it constantly. Sweet. Oh crap.
Way. I was doing a lot of work in 3D printing, prototyping a lot, and realizing that I was generating buckets of waste for things that I didn't need or I couldn't use or I need to redesign. And I started looking at, are there ways that I can make this process more sustainable? Turns out that we actually waste a lot of bio-based materials that are like naturally biodegradable and compostable. And so I had a conversation with a coffee shop owner who was just like landfilling all their grounds.
This dude.
And
Changing
I started
the world.
looking at that as a material that potentially could be used in the 3D printing process. All of the objects that we actually make on this printer, they're one, compostable and naturally biodegradable, but also if you made prototypes, you had failed prints, and you don't want them anymore, you can actually throw them in a coffee grinder, grind them back up.
That's the craziest part, reusing them.
You're in control of the waste you're making, and in this case, it's sort of not really waste because you're reusing it in that cycle. We've been moving towards a point where we have to be more considerate of the things we're doing, like the energy we're using, the materials we're using. So it's sort of a little bit of both, trying to build awareness about some of the stuff that we're doing and move
kind of looks like an Oreo.
We can be more sustainable as a society.
Sweet, dude. Making waves, dude. Making coffee waves. Well, that was really cool, man. That's exciting. All right. Let's go to the next subject, which is the Terraria devs donating money. This is interesting. This piqued my interest. So it says, Terraria devs donate 200K to open source engines in wake of Unity change. Yeah, in case you haven't heard, which is unlikely, but Unity is changing its pricing. And to boil it down to what it's really about is it's just more than it was before. And it used to be like the friendly kind of indie game engine, and now, yeah. And it's not really justified, the price increases they're talking about and everything, you know. People have kind of related it to you buy a hammer from the store and you build a house with the hammer, but now the hammer company wants a commission of every house you build with the hammer. It doesn't translate, for sure. So we got, here we go. It says, on Tuesday, the developers of Terraria announced that their team plans to donate $200,000 to open source game development engine Godot. Godot. Godot? Godot. I don't know. And FNA. I've heard about Godot or Godot. I want to check it out, actually. I heard the file size is super small and it's powerful, so yeah, open source, non-greedy. I mean, what's not to like? So it says, the developers of Terraria go on to say, we unequivocally condemn and reject the recent TOS fee changes proposed by Unity and the underhanded way they were rolled out. Ooh, dude, they're throwing knives, man. They go on to say, the flippant manner with which years of trust cultivated by Unity were cast aside for yet another way to squeeze publishers, studios, and gamers is the saddest part. That this move was wholly unnecessary pushes things into the tragedy category. Dang, dude, dang. A cautionary tale for the industry will not soon forget. For sure. Yeah, it goes on to say Unity is AAA studios use it, but a lot of indie studios love it. Popular games like Pokemon Go, Hollow Knight, Rust, Hearthstone, they all use it. So Unity wants to charge per download of your game, which is, it gets really muddy and ridiculous when you're talking about free games and things like that. Streaming service games where you're not really paid based on every download. Like, it gets really muddy. And what other companies do, and seems to work out better, like Unreal Engine, is just charge a percentage, royalty percentage based on their revenue. So, but since Unity's original announcement, the company is kind of backtracking and they want to like edit their changes again. And that they're taking a couple of days, they said, to rethink about it. Because all these studios and everything were threatened to leave and stuff. And Unity is amazing. Yeah, I'm sure people who've worked on it are amazing. It started as this tiny little company with a few people. But yeah, seems the inevitable path of all companies, sadly. So RE Logic, the Terraria guys, also say, we do not feel that a simple public statement is sufficient. Even if Unity were to recant their policies and statements, the destruction of their trust is not so easily repaired. Yeah, dang. We strongly feel that it is now equally important to get behind some of the other up-and-coming open-source game engines. Yeah. Competition, it doesn't leave room for the greedy companies, man. So yeah, so the 200,000 was split between both of those formerly named engines, Got It and FNA. FNA is a game engine that repurposes Microsoft XNA Game Studio 4.0 refresh libraries. Yeah, and then the other one is Got It or Godot. I don't know yet. And so on top of that, Terraria Studio RE Logic plans to donate $1,000 a month to each studio moving forward so as to support their ongoing work. Dude, that helps a lot too, because big lumps of sums of money donated a lot of the times are not spent wisely and stuff like that right away. So like kind of like giving them a little bit of money every month, I think that will help a lot as well. Cool. So I think that subject is covered. Next thing we're going to be looking at is oh yeah, the new Fallout 76 expansion. When this game first came out and was announced, well, when it was announced, just like everyone else, I was so hyped. All of that, then it comes out, and yeah, another kind of disappointing story, which is ever so often now in the gaming industry. But another kind of story that is becoming more often now in the gaming industry is comeback stories. Games like No Man's Sky, games like Cyberpunk are doing like amazing now. So I mean, I've heard Fallout 76 is way better, obviously, since it first came out. Let's check out the new expansion called Atlantic City. I haven't read anything about this yet. It says Fallout 76 heads to Atlantic City this winter with a new expedition. Expedition expansion? I don't know. What's the difference? Might be a big difference. It says the game started in West Virginia, but the game's expeditions allow the players to venture out of Appalachia and go to new cities. Okay. I guess they're like expansions. I don't know. The first expedition was centered around Pittsburgh, known as the Pit. Oh yeah, I remember that from Fallout 3. So yes, Bethesda released more information on the second expedition, which will take place in Atlantic City. This will be a 2-part content update, and the first part will arrive on December 5th. Interesting. So the 2 updates are called the Boardwalk Paradise and America's Playground. And they said the environment is fairly different. You know, it's not like a wilderness kind of area. It's more of a city type of area. There's even a casino. So there you can actually do the first installment, Boardwalk Paradise, on October 3rd on the public test server, which is cool. And the update will launch in full on December 5th. And then so the next update, America's Playground, don't know when that will come out, but that will finish up the Atlantic City expedition. The writer of the article goes on to say, like, maybe this sounds like we're getting a closer to New Vegas kind of story, which people love that game. Pretty cool, man. That's exciting. Hopefully, hopefully it's good. I know some people still play this game. I played it like a little bit, like maybe like a year ago. It was pretty fun. It's still fun. It's still Fallout, All right, what's the next one we got? Let's check out the new Assassin's Creed VR game. Assassin's Creed Mirage pre-order guide. Oh, maybe this, no. Is this the VR one? Mirage? Huh. Never mind. Skip. I thought this was the VR one. Let's look at the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop game. Okay, so this Final Fantasy XIV, right? Beloved beloved MMO. People still love it today. It does a lot of things right. Weirdly enough, had that little hiccup when it first was made with the weird rebirth, reborn, whatever it was called. But now this, it's so big it has its own tabletop RPG. Goes on to say it's going to be $60. You can pre-order it. The set compromises of a beginner-friendly player book explaining the rules of the game. Plus a book for game masters offering tips and advice, as well as 3 pre-made scenarios. That's cool. Because, yeah, it would suck if it didn't have any of that. It's designed for parties of 5 players, but can work with as few as 3. Here's a pic of the starter set. Ooh, I like the style. Looks like it's from that world for sure, like the sheets and everything. And you're gonna have some badass Final Fantasy art for sure. Says Square Enix also plans a full standard rule book and what appears to be a more extensive game master guide with more scenarios. But these are just listed as coming soon. Video game adaptations of tabletop games are legion. The reverse are less common. And I can't think of any notable MMOs that have made the jump before. Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe there's a WoW one, maybe not. I guess they would have mentioned if there was. That's exciting. I mean, that's cool. There's official tabletop Final Fantasy game. And like back in the day, that's like unheard of. Like official merch for this. That's so sweet. Well, that was a good little short subject. Let's go on to the next one. The next one's going to be... Oh, this one actually had me pretty excited, actually. Anybody remember the game Titanfall? Yeah, man. I love that game. The original game, funnily enough, did not have a campaign, but was still so good. They kind of incorporated the story elements into the multiplayer. And then when the second one released, it was sweet as hell and did have an awesome storyline. Well, Respawn, the company who makes the game, they're the ones who made Apex Legends. So, you know, being a game studio that developed Apex Legends and you get all this money and all this popularity, you're not really going to focus on games that didn't do as well, like Titanfall. Unfortunately, because Titanfall is so sweet, so cool. I love it way more than Apex Legends, but yeah, it's the way she goes. But surprise Titanfall 2 update sparks sequel speculation. This is cool. So it goes on to say a surprise update to the mostly dormant 2016 shooter Titanfall 2 has certain fans of the series abuzz. That's for sure. The update certainly contains some interesting stuff, including references to the number 3. It's weird for sure, but take a dose of the skeptic juice as we break it all down. So, it was originally released in 2016. Had all this cool ass stuff. It's still cool today, actually. I've actually thought about playing it again. So a patch that hit the game about a week ago, mostly with fixes to matchmaking, which is not terrible and usual even for older games. Then folks noticed the patch notes for the most recent update to Apex Legends contain 3 sets of numbers, which each of them translating to the release dates for the first Titanfall, its sequel, and Apex Legends. What? That's weird. It didn't end there. Ooh. Respawn added a new game type to Titanfall 2's multiplayer. A whole new game type? That's crazy. A game type selection that hadn't changed for several years now features a new mode icon accompanying with 3 question marks? What? The new multiplayer mode, which pits players against one another equipped with all-you-can-fire rockets, also contains an interesting description. Your rockets will blot out the sun. Ooh, wonder what that means. People have pointed out the phrase is strikingly close to the quote from the 2000 movie 300. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Your arrows will block out the sun or something like that, yeah. A movie whose title begins with the number 3. Okay. Titanfall conspiracy theories begin to brew. Needless to say, fans are eager for another Titanfall. In particular, some unlisted YouTube videos and social media activity from Vince Zampella, the head of Respawn, are catching attention. So it says there's 3 unlisted videos on the Titanfall YouTube channel. The movie 300 was okay. They're really focusing on 3. I guess so, man. So yeah, I mean, he liked a post that was that advocated for another Titanfall sequel, which is cool. And he said he'd love to see a future game. What else? Anything else? It's recently had an uptick in player count because of all this. That's sweet. I definitely need to go try it out then. Or go back, you know. Like Titanfall, man, like that's when you play Apex Legends, that's what you're playing, like the pilot running around without the mechs. And Respawn is the old Infinity Ward who made the original Modern Warfare 2, which was such a badass game. So dude, they know what they're doing for sure. Okay. Ooh. Next subject will be... That's exciting, man. Oh yeah, this one's not as exciting, but pretty exciting as too. Yeah, it's just as exciting. People remember that game Division 2? Well, there might be a Division 3 now. Ubisoft announces the Division 3. Whoa. I think they announced like a Division mobile game. I don't even know if that's out, but I think this is separate from that. So it says Ubisoft just announced a new entry into its popular third-person game, The Division. The first game in the franchise, yeah. We don't know much about the Division 3. It says it's building a team to make the game, which will once again be developed by Massive Entertainment. Which, yeah, why wouldn't it be? They confirmed that it will continue to support the Division 2 as well as beyond that. We have over 40 million players, they said, but the Division is still in its early years as a franchise. There's so many incredible stories to tell, places to explore, and people to protect. So this guy who's going to be working on the new one is working on Star Wars Outlaws. So that's cool. That game looks really cool too. And where he is the creative director. Well, that's big. So yeah, the Division 3 is likely years away at this point. And before that, here's the game I was talking about. The Division Resurgence is a free-to-play mobile shooter set in New York. And the other entry is another one called The Division Heartland, an extraction-like shooter set in the middle of the United States. I didn't even hear about that one. Man, all this really makes me think about is like when they first revealed the first Division, and it's like so good looking, cool shooting, and then the dude like walks by the police door and closes it, and the whole crowd goes wild. Because it's like environmental feedback is huge for games because you don't get it a lot. Oh, okay. The tactical... I don't know if I ever watched this. Okay. Well, that's cool. Not a lot of information there, though. Oh, here's an interesting one I wanted to check out. The new Cyberpunk update is officially live and alive. The actual expansion doesn't come out until the 26th, but the update to the base game is just as huge, just as many things change, kind of, so kind of like part of the expansion is already out. But yeah, I wanted to look at some of the biggest changes here just to kind of get a breakdown. Here we go. Combat changes. The new police system. The police will chase you when you commit a crime, whether on foot or in a vehicle. Like you dude, this sounds so dumb when reading it. Like the GTA 3 did this, and it's like, dude, we're finally adding this towards the end of this game's life cycle. But hey, better late than never, right? The type of units in pursuit and their behavior will depend on your wanted level, which there's no wanted level right now, I don't think. Maybe there is. The chasers can include various vehicles, roadblocks, and max tech swooping in with AVs. Ooh, that's exciting. The police will now present the police will now be present in the world, actively patrolling the streets of Night City. Officers working at crime scenes will now also engage in pursuits. Whoa. You can now hear police radio chatter through the radio. Interesting. You can now hack the officers. I guess you couldn't before. Okay, vehicle combat. This was another thing that was completely missing. Added to the option to engage in combat while driving a vehicle from either first person or third person perspective. So you can't go to third person before this update in a car. You could in a motorcycle, but not in a car, so that's already an update. While driving, you can use pistols, submachine guns, and health items. Some vehicles come equipped with mounted weapons. Melee combat is possible on motorcycles. Dude, that's a lot of... Dude, oh. Doesn't that suck that it wasn't there, right? Okay, and then a bunch of new perks, I'm sure. We got perks that unlock a variety of vehicle-related abilities, such as quick hacking vehicles, increasing collision damage, boosting vehicle weaponry, allowing the use of the Sandevistan and the other one, Cyberware, and the ability to exit moving vehicles quickly and stylishly. Ha! Dude, this was all not there, so that is super exciting, all this vehicle stuff. Vehicles vary in durability now. Vehicles equipped with crystal domes technology receive additional protection. What the hell is all this crap? You can now encounter AI-driven randomized chases between different factions in a given district. Dude, this is like Cyberpunk 2. This is so exciting. Okay, here we go. This is a big one because it's not that great already. Combat AI enhancements. We made numerous improvements to enemy AI, including various enhancements to enemy Netrunner AI. Well, that's people that hack you back when you hack them. Improved cop reactions to grenades and their use of grenades. Improved reaction time when flanked. Faster detection by enemies when you're walking or sprinting. Enemies equipped with Sandevistan cyberware will now activate it to counter a player who uses their own. Whoa, that's a big one. That's cool. Enemies that don't hear a silenced weapon but do notice the bullet impact will now prop. Yeah, dude, that's alright, sweet. It all adds to the realism. Made improvements for scenarios where a group of officers can join another group in combat against you. Nice. Okay, net running changes. This is my character currently. Added perks to expand net running capabilities. For example, a new overclock mode allows you to upload quick hacks by consuming health if you have insufficient ramp. Ooh, I like that. You can also acquire the ability to queue multiple quick hacks on a single enemy. Whoa. Rebalanced RAM costs. Rebalance damage and upload time. Change the effect of some quick hacks. And remove the option to use breach protocol on enemies. Yeah, I guess that didn't really make sense. Here's some other stuff. Health items and grenades can now have a limited number of changes that recharge over time after being used. A limited number of charges. Interesting. I wonder what that means. Stamina is no longer drained outside of combat for actions, like sprinting, sliding, and jumping. Stamina is drained when firing ranged weapons or attacking with melee weapons. Stamina cost varies by weapon. Okay. Improve the aim assist feature, rebalance the base game's main boss fights. Oh. Introduce armor penetration for the main game's bosses. Remove the one-hit kill protection from civilians. Huh. I didn't even know they had that. I don't really kill civilians. Okay, perks. A complete perk tree overhaul. These trees now contain fewer perks, but impact gameplay in a more meaningful way. Progressing in a given perk tree will allow you to unlock special abilities such as overclock mode for netrunners, bolt shots for tech weapons, the adrenaline rush ability for body force character builds, and so on. Because we introduced extensive changes to the perk system, your spent perks points on existing playthroughs have been refunded. You can also choose to revert your abilities once. Feel free to redistribute these perks and attributes points to suit your preferred playstyle before you continue playing. Alright, it's like any other MMO that gets a big update and they reset your perks. We merged the previous skills into 5 new ones: Headhunter, Netrunner, Shinobi, Solo, Engineer. These are not restricted by their corresponding attribute levels. On existing playthroughs, your progression on old skills have been transferred to the new counterparts. Skills unlock new passive buffs every 5 levels, and you can be leveled up to a max of 60. That's interesting. Remove the option to reset all perks at once. Instead, it is now possible to refund each perk individually for free. Huh. Introduce new kinds of progression shards. Attribute shards, carrying capacity shards, cyberware capacity shards. Okay. Dang, there's a lot of... Okay. Let's just hit some of the highlights, I guess. The cyberware. Armor is now provided primarily by cyberware. Clothing's purpose is mostly cosmetic now. Which, yeah, that people will like that way more. Clothing items no longer have mod slots, and only some items provide bonuses. Okay. Dang, dude, they changed this game completely. The number of cyber implants your body can handle in it is now determined by your cyberware capacity. You can now upgrade cyberware on the Ripper dock screen. They had to add a side quest introducing the new cyberware system for players who load an older save. Which I think I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to start over, man. I play games kind of slow enough, so I'm just going to, yeah. What else we got here? Bunch of weapons changes. You can... Every weapon has like the first equip animation, but now you can trigger it at any time, which is cool because, you know, it's sad to only see it once. On Xbox, double tap while the weapon is holstered. Why? Okay. They added smoke grenades, added new melee weapon finishers. They added new find a thermal katana in the game. Oh, you can find a new thermal katana in the game. That's cool. Add new weapon mods, rework some existing ones. Okay, once installed in a weapon, mods are irreplaceable. All obsolete weapon mods will be removed from the game. You'll get random ones. Remove the silencer slot for revolvers. Remove the scope slot for light machine guns. NPC vehicles can now switch lanes to avoid obstacles. Okay, I'm really interested in the AI stuff because that was the most disappointing to me, if I'm being honest. Pedestrians will now try to avoid running into moving vehicles. NPC drivers are now better at avoiding you when you're on foot. Improved braking, acceleration, and suspension for cars in traffic. Some NPCs now might react aggressively when hijacked. Yeah, dude, just like in GTA, they really should have just... It's not really copying, it's just real life. Various improvements to traffic density depending on time of day and night. That's cool. Driving with a quest-related NPC in your vehicle no longer disables traffic in the occupied lane. I didn't even know that happened. That's hilarious. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay. Here we go. Fixers will no longer text you about vehicles up for sale. You now purchase vehicles via the AutoFixer net page on V's computer, or by using terminals. To find these, enable the AutoFixer filter. Added new user settings to help configure vehicle camera and controls. You can now also choose between 3 different third-person camera distances. That's exciting. I like stuff like that. Added a new driving category and driving manual to the database. Huh. Okay, here's some vehicle changes, which is also exciting too. The vehicle, everything about the vehicles was, except for the way they looked, was kind of disappointing. The looks though were, man, the vehicles in the game look sick. It says new speed sensitive steering. All engines have torque curves now, which reflects the engine's character and any power modifiers. Conducted a full pass on adjustments for braking force. All vehicles react better to rough terrain. Many vehicles were fully... Dang, dude, I might have to start the game over. I didn't think I was going to, but this is kind of exciting, I will say. Multiple other small improvements. More NPC changes. All NPCs now scale to your level. Enemy difficulty is no longer dependent on what area you're in. Enemies will have different tiers depending on the faction they belong to. Some NPC archetypes will feature low, medium, and high armor. All resistances for regular NPCs have been removed. Rebalance game difficulty to increase the challenge at higher difficulties. I'm interested in that because I originally started playing on the highest difficulty and it wasn't that different except for like literally everybody acted the same, the AIs acted the same. The only thing that was different was how many bullets they took. Weapons now scale damage based on their tier. Loot now scales to your level. NPCs no longer drop clothing. Vendor stocks scale with your level. This is crazy, dude. Here we go, some UI stuff. The quest journal has changed, cleaner look. Add the option to untrack a quest. Overhaul the phone UI. Revamped perk and cyberware menus. The minimap will now zoom out dynamically depending on your speed. Updated the minimap to better serve the situation around you. Improved D-pad navigation. You can now change the HUD safe zone. Wow. Multiple UI fixes for widescreens. There was some quest fixes here. A lot of quest fixes. Very interesting. They added a lot of stuff. They added something called Trauma Drama, which is an arcade minigame that offers a chance to win special rewards. They added more secrets to be discovered. They added some small scenes to the game, including some conversations with Johnny Silverhand. You can now change tattoos. You can now choose between control schemes. Apartments would now give smaller buffs. Update the character tab in the database to include more side characters. Added new niches to the thing. Added Ukrainian text localization. Okay. They changed the target upscaling resolution. So it would run better. Wow, that was a lot of information, dude. This game is a new game. I'm impressed, CD Projekt Red. I'm impressed. I am definitely impressed. All right, let's see what else I got on my list. Oh, this is exciting, actually. We got some new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth news. Another amazing single-player game. And this one didn't have so many hiccups. It had very little hiccups when it came out, so. Here we go. 13 more things we just learned about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So there's been a bunch of interviews and previews that have given a lot of info, specifically from the Tokyo Game Show. So here we go. So the producer, Yoshiniro Kitase, I'm sorry, the producer of the game. As with the previous game, we have strived for the right balance between old and new scenes in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but we also tried to take on more new challenges than we did in the remake with some of the new scenes. Ooh, that's cool to think about. It says, I am confident these new scenes will be wildly enjoyable for fans and newcomers alike. Huh. Whoa. So the game is coming in at 150 gigabytes. But luckily you don't have to swap discs. So on PS5 it'd be 150. 100 gigabytes on the first disc and 50 on the second, unlike the PS1 version. However, players won't be swapping discs midway through. Instead, they'll download the whole thing at once and then be able to play the entire game with either disc inserted. Sounds like they couldn't fit it all on one disc. Just like back in the day. But now, you know, just to verify that you own it. Whoa, dude, that leads to like two people being able to share it. Or maybe they'll be tied together, I don't know. So it says the game ends after the Forgotten Capital. And include the end of the Forgotten Capital known as the City of Ancients in the original game. That's where Aerith dies in the 1997 version. But given how the remake trilogy is messing with the canon, anything could happen this time around. Yeah, obviously, I don't think they'll kill her again. Or maybe she'll die and like, they'll explain like she didn't really die or something. It says here you can go on monster hunts. Special enemy hunts out in the sequel's much more expansive semi-open world. Players will encounter extra difficult monster variants. Synergy skills and abilities are like combo techniques from Chrono Trigger. Revealed in the most recent State of Play trailer, party members this time around will have an extra slate of attacks called Synergy skills. These open up while blocking and allow multiple characters to work together, like Cloud knocking Barrett's gunfire into nearby enemies. Man, so one of my favorite game series growing up was Dot Hack, and they released those games like once a year or like every few months or something. And the cool thing about them doing that was they kind of did add new features and stuff in each installment. So like stuff that they couldn't finish in time or have been working on, they would just add it into the next installment. So it sounds like that's what this game's doing, which is cool and exciting for sure. So it goes on to say there's crafting. But they said, fear not, it doesn't look too bad. Players can pick up random materials while out in the world and use them to make Phoenix Downs and other necessary items. Whoa, Sephiroth is playable. Players could command Sephiroth for a short bit during the original game's Nibelheim flashback, and the new demos confirm that that's the case in Rebirth as well. There's apparently even an extended sequence where he and Cloud team up to fight through enemy hordes, with players able to control the super soldier as he unleashed hell with his giant Masamune blade. People are gonna fulfill some badass fantasies with that, man. You can't play as Vincent, but you know he'll be on your side. Another beloved, cool character. The one character no one's seen yet is Sid. You know, obviously this doesn't mean he won't be in the game at all. In the old game, Sid joins the crew long before they make it into the City of Ancients. Rebirth has a ton of ground to cover. However, either Sid is being held back for a later reveal, or his content has been moved to a later part of the trilogy. I don't know why they would push him out later. Maybe they are saving something as like a surprise. Cloud can swim, so that's cool. They don't know if there'd be anything to discover or fight in the water, but you can swim. And in the original game, there was that riding a dolphin part, and yeah, so obviously they will have that in this one as well. I have to click on these pictures to see them. What? Okay, so you can they even did that, man. Even Red 13 can ride chocobos. That's funny, dude. Okay, I didn't know these were pictures. Okay, Cloud can swim. Here he goes. Is he gonna? Nice, man. All right. Everybody can swim, dude. Swimming in a dress is hard. Go, Aerith, man. Interesting. Oh, even the chocobos, bro. That's sweet. What was this one? Okay, the dolphin. Here's a picture of the dolphin. Like, when you think about the old game, think about all the weird, wacky scenes. It's funny to really. It's like, okay, they got to do it in this serious style now. Sweet, dude. You can pet the baby chocobos. Oh, that's adorable. Look at the little guy. So cute. This like little faux hawk looking thing. So yeah, of course, chocobo breeding returns, complete with the blue, green, and golden chocobos. But there's also chocobo chicks. They're adorable. They are adorable, and Cloud can pet them. Nice. People are gonna love that. Okay, this is cool. Zach will get an entire episode to himself. So Cloud's first class soldier friend, you know, he did only have really minor role in the original game, which did get expanded in later games like Crisis Core. There will be a new episode with Zach that will contain even more of him than Remake. He said, "I'm not able to say much more than this, as I would like for players to play and experience this with it in their own hands." Yeah, that's cool, man. Exciting, man. This is an exciting, awesome game, so. And they're doing it justice, I'll say, man. Like, what a game franchise to never remake if you're smart, because there's so many people that are ready for blood, but they're doing it, man. They're doing it. Alright, what else we got here? Ooh, I want to check out this. Apparently there's a new Hobbit chill Lord of the Rings game. A cozy Hobbit-centric Lord of the Rings game is on the way. Like, what does that even mean, right? It's from Weta's Workshop and Private Division. The game's called Tales of the Shire and was revealed via a brief teaser trailer showing some artwork and a logo. No one really knows what it will be. They say it's difficult to identify any of them as specific characters from Lord of the Rings, any of the hobbits in the trailer. Slated to release 2024 on console and PC. More information will be revealed next year. Well, let's check out the trailer. I mean, it's like a teaser trailer, so it might be something. Pause these tunes. Oh, I wonder if this is no, is this a person? A real person? Okay, it's like concept art. Tales of the Shire, huh? Wait. I guess not. It sounds like one of the actual like Tales games, but maybe not. Or maybe it will be like a narrative type of thing like that. Or maybe it'll be like a weird farming game. But it might be the coolest, chillest farming game. Alright, that was cool, man. I wanted to check that out. Alright, what else do I got on my list? No. Alright, I think that might be it for my news today. I stream usually weekdays early. I'm not super early, sometimes super early. I've been testing out days, but yeah, for now it's like weekdays early. So come join the streams and you can kind of, chat and go back and forth with me. But yeah, until next time, I'm Code Advanced. Until next time, oh, until next time, I'm Code Advanced. Wait, how's it go? Oh yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm Code Advanced, and until next time, peace.